Hello, welcome to BETT2013 at the Excel Exhibition Center in London. I'm Niels Astrup, I'm from OMBEA, and I'm going to show you the main features of our audience response system. Before I do that, just a few words about the software and the hardware you need to use. The software you download free from our website, ombea.com, and once it installs itself inside PowerPoint, you then need to choose between input devices. You can either use our response pad, the clicker, or you can use any web-based device, that is an iPhone, an iPad, a Galaxy tablet, a laptop, anything that actually just have an internet connection and a browser. That also means that as a student you don't have to be present in the room where the lecture takes place, but you can also sit remotely and using these input devices. Okay, let's have a look at the software. So once it's installed on your computer, it looks like this. You can see that this is very much, or this is the PowerPoint toolbar as you know it, and here you have the OMBEA response. I choose one of the graphics templates, 3D column, and I will add here or create my first question. And this could be, where do you come from? And we'll start by Denmark. And as soon as I click outside the text box, you will see that I get the graphics I need to visualize my voting. And now we're ready. You can see in the upper right corner that the 32 students we have in this lecture have already voted, and you can now see the spread, the demographics data, where they come from. If we take another question here, how many visitors are expected at BETT 2013? Well, the correct answer to this is actually about 30,000. Let me show you how you can use this in doing a form of teaching called peer instruction. If you have a question like this, which could be a little complicated for the students to understand, you can use a special feature where you can first of all call the questions, like I've done here, and then what I do here, I actually look at a small window. This is not supposed to be seen by your students, but looking at this window I can look and see that most of the students have got the answer wrong, so I don't show them the result, but actually go on with my teaching, and I may ask them to go into small groups and talk about the question and maybe come up with a new solution, and then I make a revote. That is, I ask them to vote on exactly the same question. I can again look at my small window if I want to, and then finally I could choose to show the result. Like that. The next slide, we have a small test or exam you can run with your students. And I can, as you can see, we have introduced here a timing. That is, that the students will get 40 seconds to answer the question. I will start the voting now, and you will see that the time countdown starts here. Also, you will see that since my students have already voted, I do not need to wait for the timing, but I can stop the voting here. And I can also choose to either show the result and even show the correct answer. But you could also have chosen to not show the result and keep it for a secret, and then you could make a scoring report like this. This is a class list, this is all the names of the students, and here you can see what they have answered, and you can even see the total score. So this is a very easy and fast way of doing exams and tests in your class. There are many, many reports in the system, and we can cover them later on. Okay, we'll move on. We can introduce a little fun in the system. We have a quiz here where we can ask our students to join either the Gryffindor or the Slytherin team, and they have done that already. And we can introduce again a question with a timing. And the question here is, who is the author of the Harry Potter fantasy series? and the students will get 10 seconds to answer this, and you can see the countdown starts, and they have already voted. So we can go into the next slide and see which team actually is in the lead, and in this case the Slytherin team is far in front of the Gryffindor. Using demographics questions and grouping questions is a very strong tool. I will show you here that we have raised the question, what is your political affiliation? And my students have here voted this many Republican, Democrat and Independent. And we go on with our next demographic question, ask for their age, and here we have the result. And here we have the question itself, should the debt ceiling be raised? Yes, no, or abstain, and this is how they voted. And we can now ask the program to work with the demographics background data, and it could look like this. You see here we have divided the result in Republican, Democrat, Independent, and you can see the spread here. We can even go a step further and have another slide showing, as you can see here, we have the Republican and those who are 50 years or younger, older than 50 years, and the same with the Democrats and the same with the Independent, and you can see exactly how the spread is here. This tool is very strong and can be used in many ways. This is all for us for the time being from Excel in London, and we look forward to see you again another time. Thank you for watching.